Now we will talk about the concept of parallel worlds. What this means actually. Many people ask me like, why do I care or why it's so important? This is very important for the several reasons. Many people are very good at something, like you could be good at communicating sales, other people are good in finance. In some cases, you're not good at all. Okay, great. The parallel worlds will help you to push your brain in a different way. What this means in general, like the parallel world. In my case, I was very good at understanding the computers, but not so much understanding people. As simple as that. I was not very good. I was really shy. I was afraid of making a mistake speaking English because it's not my first language. So I pushed myself into that, choosing a very far place where nobody speaks Spanish, into a position that I never done it before, like being a busser, a waiter, or driving, or a housekeeper, or whatever. I pushed myself for the several reasons. I need to understand if I was able to do it. Otherwise, if I'm not able to communicate, there's no way that I will be able to sell for whatever I do. Like selling is one of the masterpieces that you need to manage if you want to do a startup in any way. And we can discuss that later, but I was forcing myself into that. So this parallel world helped me to understand like things that I was not able to do. So my brain was forced to speak English all day long, forced to talk to customers. And at the beginning, it was really hard because I was not able to understand, for example, something as simple as the slangs. People were telling me that they want to toll Jack and Coke, and I was like, what that means? I don't get it. And then eventually I was able to grasp language. Then I was more confident, understanding whatever issue may happen. Sometimes I have issues of like people do not liking the food, people wanted it more. So I was able to manage that and improve. I did this for 3 years in a row, but every year was better because at the beginning I was a busser only and a housekeeper for a day. Then I was only a waiter. Then I was helping on marketing on the company. Then suddenly I was working on a software company that the owner owns. So I was learning more and more and more. So by the third year, I was already kind of like graduated to face the world. The other very important piece of that, it was that I was working really hard. I was working like 6 days a week. So I was making decent money. Why I mentioned this? Because I used that money to fund my companies or my experiments that later became tech. Why? Because I didn't want to raise money. When I started entrepreneurship, it was not like it's today that is really trendy and there are funds and many people that want to invest. I was starting in 2006. So 2006, it was the opposite. People will say that you are starting your company probably because nobody wants to hire you. That was the world that I was facing. So Wisconsin allowed me to improve myself, helped me to see the world in a different way, basically transform my brain, because before that I was not sure that I was able to even give a lecture. Now I love to do that and help entrepreneurs. Plus, I have the funding for the company. That's kind of like why parallel worlds is so important. I have another example. There are like a lot of people that in finance, many corporations that they are really good at that, but they want them to be CEOs, they want to interact with more people, and they don't know how to do it. The parallel world allowed them to work at the Starbucks for 2 weeks or 2 months to develop those skills. So that's why it's so important that you try that if you're missing anything. And it could be the opposite, that you are very good communicating with people, but you need to understand finance or any other profiles. Just try to do it. And there are many resources that we will put at the end that might lead you to how to do that.